Hello, Dino. How's things, mate? How's everything going, mate? We're back doing the pod, Man Cave United. If you haven't already, people, please like, share, subscribe. Manchester United running out of excuses after a poor loss to Palace. The women won, so we're happy about that. Mate, where do we go from here? But first of all, Dean, it's great to see your smiling face.
How you going, buddy? Yeah, I've been
Going good.
Not too bad, mate. I've been a bit crook this week. Had a big night last Saturday night with the NRL semi-finals up here in Brizzy and that. So caught the man flu there, and yeah, haven't shaken it yet. So excuse my voice if it sounds a bit funny, but you know it's always funny, isn't it?
Oh, mate. It's all right, Dino.
All we can do is smile, mate.
All we can do is smile, mate. It's like I've said to a lot of people lately that have been messaging me about United and getting the shits with it and stuff like that is stop going into the game with expectations, people. You've had 12 years to get ready for it. 12 years. 12 years. After 12 years, we should be, not expecting too much. And this is what we've come down to. Just go to the game, watch the game. It's a bit like park football. Go to the game. Hopefully they win. If they don't win, walk on, have a drink. Because that's what we've come to. It's an absolute embarrassment, the club now. It's a disgrace. I'm dead set cooked. I'm so done. I'll never stop watching them and I'll never stop backing them. But for God's sakes, man, they've got to give us something. Dino, you've had a lot to say online with me and Shane and Macca's Mark.
Macca's Mark.
Macca's Mark, Eminem.
Yeah. It's worth it because he watches it on 4 TVs, mate.
I love
you talk about expectations and stuff like that. I think last season a lot of people had a bit more hope for this season because of last season. But you look at last season, apart from Martinez, injury last year, we didn't really have too many injuries, and obviously Rashford was on fire, and we really relied on Rashford. So even though last season we made got third again and won a final and stuff like that, you couldn't say we were playing outstanding and stuff like that. And teams like Liverpool, Chelsea, Tottenham, and teams like that aren't as good as weren't as good as this season. So you got teams like Brighton and Villa that are looking quite good as well. So there shouldn't be that expectation of just winning every game, because we haven't done it for a long time now, and people have to start realizing that it's not a quick fix. We've been saying this for at least the last decade. Even under Fergie, like that last season that we had with Fergie, our squad wasn't that great. It was just other teams around us were poor, I'd say. And we're lucky enough to have a great manager in Fergie, so he sort of got the team going and galvanised them and stuff like that. And I feel a bit sorry for Eric Ten Hag because he's the face of the club pretty much these days, and the club's a shambles inside and out and all around the world, to be honest. Like just dealing with them personally with ticketing and as a supporters club and stuff like that, it's very difficult. So on the pitch it's going to be difficult because if your workplace isn't a happy workplace, you can't expect the employees to be happy. So at the end of the day, that's what they are. These players don't really play for the shirt like the players used to back in the day, and a lot of them are on very, very high price tag and weekly wages and stuff like that. So with Eric Ten Hag, his last match for me, he sort of put a knife in my heart when he put Donny van der Beek on instead of HandBall. So is it all getting to him as well? So yeah, it's very disappointing.
Let's touch on Eric Ten Hag. Let's touch on him because I've had a little bit to say about Eric over the probably, since he's been in about, not so much his subs. I haven't really questioned him about his subs, but I'm going to start questioning him now. About, he's a big time coach. Well, he was over at Ajax. He won the league. He won trophies there. He done it all over there. So, but I always question whether he's a risk taker or not. That's the one I question all the time. I was a bit dirty that HandBall never started. I want HandBall to start. He's proven his worth, HandBall. Mason Mount's just come back from injury. I'm not going to say Mason Mount never played I'm not going to say he played bad or anything on the weekend, but I still think HandBall offers more. I think he offers a lot more. As far as Eric Ten Hag goes, with like his subs, I thought Garnacho should have come on for Rashford. That's one sub he should have made. Probably around. Sorry,
Garnacho came on for Rashford.
Oh, was it? I thought Garnacho came on for someone else.
No.
But it was probably a bit later in the piece. What was it, around the 70th minute, was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
He was terrible. Rashford was terrible. And, mate, I say it here all the time. I love Rashford. I don't want to talk bad about him. But I'm over it now. I'm seriously over him running with the ball and losing it. That's it, mate. I probably counted 5 times, 6 times on the weekend where he's got the ball and he's tried to beat George Best and he's trying to beat the players and he just loses the ball, or he tries to do his little quick feet through the 18-yard box. Mate, just fucking pass it and move to a new position. They will look for you. They will get you the ball back or get a cross in. You don't have to beat players all the time. You can beat the first one. You may beat the second, but you're not going to beat the third and the fourth. Mate, he was just dead set doing my head in. I don't get it. He's had 30 goals last season, and then the season before, it's pretty much the same setup again. Mate, pull your head out of your ass. You've just signed a 5-year deal, and again, you've just gone, okay, I've signed a 5-year deal. I'm done. That's fucking ridiculous, man. Not only that, you're costing me money because I keep buying shit on you. It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, well, I had to have a little giggle the other day because I read an article that him and Hoyland were doing extra training sessions just together to get on the same wavelength and stuff. And to me, that they look nothing like they even talk to each other, to be honest. But Rasmus to me, like his work rate's unbelievable and stuff like that. But I copped a bit of stick last year because of Weghorst. He was doing the same thing, not putting the ball in the back of that, but was he? And so. But Rasmus, he's only young. He's only just come in and all that. But getting back to Rashford, I think it's time he doesn't start the match. And, I'd even be looking at Bruno not to start matches soon because he does my head in being club captain. And, I know he's had an unbelievable statistics-wise since he's been at Manchester United, but he's just not doing it for me, to be honest. And I think, he needs to be dropped.
Yeah, mate. He didn't play midweek. Oh, look, I know Palace's game midweek, they had half the team out, and so did we. But you know what? We had young players come in that put a shift in. They put a shift in, and they got a great result out of the game. Sorry?
Oh, HandBall broke records in that game, didn't he? Like, pressure and everything.
Yeah. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Look, HandBall's done enough for me to start. Look, you had Mason Mount. He's missed one, and I thought he should have scored. Bruno, I don't know. It's just, you see, maybe he needs to be out on the right side. But I think Palestri was doing well out there. I know he's not scoring or anything like that, but he's getting the ball across. He's doing what he needs to do. He's doing the basics right. We can't even get our top players doing the basics right. It's just, I'm so done with it, man. I'm so fucking cool.
Well, like Palestri, you got to give him time to adapt to the Premier League and stuff like that. Like the kid spent a lot of time on the bench, not playing. He only seemed to play for Uruguay when he went away, and he always seemed to do well with them. So, he was familiar with that setup. So I think you just got to give Palestri, 10 straight matches sort of thing to get his fitness up, get his timing right and stuff like that, and you'll start seeing the results. And the problem is everyone wants to see results right now. And, I'd probably speak for everyone. You wouldn't care if we lost, if we played well. You know what I mean? Like if we created chances and, the goalie just had an unbelievable match and, saved some real good, good saves and stuff like that. But we're just not playing well. And then we're not winning last season we didn't play well, but we'd get a 1-0 win and stuff like that. So, our home form's very worrying this season, and I don't know what it's down to. is Casemiro, that little bit older, Varane that little bit older, stuff like that. And obviously a big key position change in as a goalkeeper. And, you got to earn that trust with your players and stuff like that. And, he didn't come in, he wasn't there from the start of the preseason, you know what I mean? Like he sort of came halfway through. Like we seen to Amrabat and all those sort of players, they come in after the season's already started. And, as I say, everything's just a mess, like when did United ever go out and loan players and stuff like that? Like it's just unbelievable at the moment. And, Johnny Evans walks off the street and he's probably been our best player this season when he's been on the pitch. So, yeah, pretty lost for words, just where we go from here.
Look, Palace came into this game winning 3 games in its last 14 away from home. And we're starting to get the same way. It's fucking bullshit. I don't know what our stat is away from home, but I reckon it's up there with that. Yeah, people are.
I remember I used to joke around with you and saying we should get Ollie for our away matches and then Ten Hag for our home matches because last year, our home record wasn't too bad. But you know, it's just crazy. But I'm not sure if I was talking to you about it last night or someone else. But since Fergie left, we've had some unbelievable managers in the world of football.
Yeah,
and they can't get it right. So what is the issues like? I think we all know what the issues are, but you can't blame them for everything. But like, there needs to be some serious surgery done at that football club.
Mate, ever since I've started doing pods, and I've been probably going now 3 years, probably 4 years. Mate, it's just every single pod we seem to do, it's just negative. I would love to just do a series of podcasts where it's just happy days. We're smiling. We're having a good time on here. We're talking about players having, breaking records or scoring team goals and shit like that. Like, when was the last time we spoke about our team scoring a team goal? When was the last time? Like, it just doesn't happen.
I think the only enjoyment we had last year was the renaissance of Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw playing decent, and it was exciting at the start of last season when we had Martinez, Luke Shaw, Wan-Bissaka, Varane. We're like, wow, this back four looks decent, but then Varane gets injured and others get injured, and it just goes downhill from there. And I think at the moment, like, we have sort of the players to make our squad better, but these players aren't playing in their right positions, like, and stuff like that. And how are you going to get good team goals and good teamwork when we're getting injuries every match and you're not playing the same 11? And you look at all the great sides in the Premier League, like, they pretty much start the same 11 every match. Like, I remember Jose at Chelsea, like, it felt like he played the whole season with the same 11. Liverpool, when they won the league, they had the same 11. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, we're so inconsistent with our team. And we've only just brought in a head doctor from, I think it was from Arsenal. He came in, and why wasn't that person put in place in pre-season? And it's just, I know why he wasn't, but it's crazy how the football team's running. But the people that matter in the football club, they're happy because we just signed Snapdragon to a new record shirt sponsor and stuff like that. So, and you got to think that game in America at Snapdragon Stadium, was that just a little cheeky, oh look, we'll play here and you sign for us,
Yeah, that's
it's
it.
just opposite. Like,
it's embarrassing, man. It's like you're putting players. Look, the players are the ones that are on the pitch, and they've got to show hunger, desire. We always talk about these words, and our team lacks it big time. Look, you even saw Amrabat, like, he's come in, gives stupid fouls out on the sideline, and we're sitting there watching the game from Australia, and we know it's a stupid foul. What possesses him to go and do that foul? It's just, I know in moments of games you do stupid things, but
3 handballs.
3 handballs, like, mate, don't even get me started on the handball rule because it's an absolute fraud of a rule. For me, handball, it's just got to be blank. That's it. Yeah. Hit your hand, it's handball. Mate, I saw there was one there where we took a shot on goal, and the player put his hand up like that across his chest. And that rule, I still remember that rule coming in park football for young women so they can protect themselves. Now it's okay in the Premier League to go and fucking put your hands up like that to protect yourself. What a load of bullshit. The handball rule is a fucking joke. If it hits your hand, it's handball. That's it. There's no question about it. You got your back to it. Hit your hand, handball. Regardless, you're fucking 500, 50 meters away or whatever. You hit your hand, handball. If you're 30 centimeters away, handball. Doesn't matter whether you're looking at the ball or not. The game's called football, not fucking handball. It's a joke. The rule is just ruin the game. It's no different to offside. When you're offside, you're offside. If you handball it, you handball it. There's no question about it. There's no accidental. To me, the rule has been made up just like the kids these days. Even if you come last, you get a trophy. Okay, you get a handball. Okay, we'll consider it's not really, it's just fucking snowflake bullshit. A handball's a handball. No matter, and I'm not just talking about Manchester United. It's across the board. No matter what league you're playing in across the world, if it hits your hand, it's handball. It's mate. Oh,
They can't even get the offsides right. So
mate, it's just bullshit. Oh, I'm so done. Like,
it's like when I played football, like if you're standing in an offside position and you're anywhere near the goal or the goalkeeper, well, that was classed as offside. Like, I don't know how you judge a player not being involved or not being affecting the goalkeeper. Like, unless you're the actual goalkeeper, you don't know what's affected you. You know what I mean? It's just if you're standing in an offside position as a striker or whoever, you're fucked up. So you should be punished for fucking up, not rewarded by standing in the wrong position and get a goal.
That's right.
I just don't get it. Like,
well, why should you, as a player, have to worry about whether, if we put a shot on goal, you're standing 30 centimeters away from me or 50 centimeters away from me, it hits you in the hand, you've got your hands beside you, okay? I get that one. But even still, you're making your body bigger when your hands are beside you. Okay, you are. It's a simple fact. This is me. My hands aren't beside me, but if I put my hands there, I'm bigger. I'm bigger, like 20 centimeters on either side. It's bullshit. It's not part of your torso. So whether your hands are beside you or whether your hands are out, hits you anywhere from your fingertips all the way to there, it's handball. I don't care what anyone says. That's the rule. That's the way the rule should be. It should have never changed. It has ruined the game. It is a joke.
The only problem I have with that sort of thing is if you'll get teams starting to just aim for the hand instead of actually shooting at goal. You know what I mean?
But seriously, if you're shooting on goal, you're not thinking to yourself, okay, I'm going to shoot at his hand. You're simply not.
But coaches might coach that like next week. If that rule came, I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
You watch the NRL, right? They bring a rule out. A coach 3 weeks later is getting around that rule. So I can only imagine the analysts in the Premier League that if there was a handball, if it hit your hand anytime and it's a penalty, you're going to have people just trying to aim for the hand. I'm telling you, like, it will happen. I'm telling you. You can't tell me you're playing and it's 90 minutes to go. You're out in the corner of that 18-yard box. No hope in hell of having a shot. You're aiming for the hand.
If they've got their hand behind their back and it hits them, say, on the elbow or something like that, then yeah, no handball. I agree. But if you're making yourself bigger this way...
But did you ever get taught to defend with your hand behind your back? I get sick of them.
No, never.
Going like this all the time.
Yeah, never.
Yeah.
It's just part... But this is what I'm saying, Dean. It's just part of the game. It's just part of the game. If it hits you on the hand, it's bad luck. That's it. That's what the game was like.
I think if you turn your head and you're not watching the ball and it hits your hand, yeah, that's handball. But I think if you're fronting up and you're that close, obviously, like, there's not much. I just get sick of defenders turning their head because to me, you are playing at the ball because you're turning your head out of the way.
Mate, I'm telling you, the one that I was telling you about where he put his hands like that, he's standing here and he's leant into the ball like that. That's what he's done. You can look at that replay 100 times. And I'm telling you, he put his hand across his chest and he leant forward.
That's playing at the ball. Yeah, that's playing at the ball because he's
That's
moved his
right.
arms here.
And it didn't even get looked at. Like, it's a joke, man.
Yeah.
Mate, I haven't been this fired up on a pod for a long time.
I'm going to have to call you Mark Goldbridge soon, mate.
Oh, it's just killing me, man. And it's not so much the loss, and it's not so much that we deserve a penalty. I'll take that out right now because no one deserves penalties. But a rule's a rule, right? And I understand the new rule is that's not. But if you've got your hands across your chest and you lean into the ball, that is handball, and you shouldn't be allowed to put your hands there. It's not made for you to do that. Use your chest. Take the hit.
I think half the problem now is with like video assistants and all that. Like, you can't tell me referees are 100% like they were 6-7 years ago when they knew that the final decision was them. You know,
yeah, that's
and like you look at the refereeing this season, especially like like even Amrabat, he should have been sent off. He deliberately handballed it.
Casemiro should have been sent as well.
How many fouls did he get and stuff like that? But I just think now, like, obviously, in Australia we have NRL, AFL, and you watch umpires these days, they're like, oh, I might just do that up because, it's going to be thrown upstairs and they can deal with it. You know what I mean? Like, and, I sort of feel sorry for him in a way because we as the viewers and public have demanded for all this technology and, we wanted to see all these little niggly bits and stuff like that. As we're back in like the 80s and 90s, you just watched the game and got on with it. You know what I mean? Like, if someone scored a try in rugby league and it was close to the line, you wouldn't get a million replays to see what happened. You just get the try, see you later, back, you know what I mean? And I just think nowadays, because there's so much money involved and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, everything comes down to money. You know what I mean? And, everyone, sponsors and all that want all these stuff. Like, perfect example yesterday, like watching the Rugby League Grand Final on Channel 9, ads after ads after ads after ads. You know what I mean? Like, so all year I watch it on a different streaming supplier, right? Which you pay for, pay TV. Not one ad during the match and that. Then for the finale, they has to put on normal TV, and it's just ad after ad after ad, and it's sport is so money wise now, like it's unbelievable.
But even with football, right? Through the 80s, the 90s, let's talk about my era, early 2000s for yourself, late 90s for you.
Hey, late 90s. Oh, mate.
When were you born? What year?
87.
87. So you were the full 90s, right? Okay. When you were playing yourself, if there was an offside, okay, you used to blame the referee when you knew it wasn't offside, but you accepted it. And it was just go, okay, we might get the next one. Now, all you're doing is complaining about VAR or something like that. It's just bullshit. Even when the referee goes and looks at, like, I saw one, I think it was in the Tottenham game. I think it was the Tottenham game. They played Liverpool. They had 2 players sent off, right? And I never talk about other teams, but I'm enjoying watching Ange, so I'm watching Tottenham a bit at the moment as well. The Liverpool player, it's dead set, rolled his foot over the ball, and he's gone into the Tottenham players, I think it was Son or something like that, into his leg, right? Like, yellow gave me a yellow card. Goes and looks at the replay. They pause it. Then they run it. Goes red card. They don't even take into consideration that his foot, he played the ball first and he's rolled over the top of the ball. Like, mate, it's just ridiculous. So you talk about money in the game. People gamble on these games. And you've got these lunatics that are making some of the shittest decisions that you'll ever see. Like, mate, I can even talk about, like, Kira's futsal on the weekend. Mate, this is the mindset of a referee. Our players got the ball facing her own goalkeeper. The players come straight through her back. The ball's, if anyone doesn't know, in futsal, you can't two-touch with the goalkeeper once the goalkeeper's already touched it, right?
Unless it goes over halfway.
Yeah, unless it goes over halfway. So the player's gone straight through the back of our player. She's gone down. The ball's rolled up into our keeper. Our keeper's picked up the ball, right? What does the referee do? Gives 2 touch. Yeah, our player's been laid out. We asked him why he gave the foul. He goes, because she wasn't facing the other way. What the fuck, man? She wasn't facing the other way. Are you mindless? what are you talking about? She's just gone straight through her. You know, this is the kind of shit, I don't know, like when these referees go get their license, I don't know what they're sniffing at when they're doing the course, but holy shit. I know when my daughter was refereeing, she used to fucking talk the same shit. So it's just, I don't know what it is. It's just shit like that. Like teams get back into games. Like we were down 2-0 in that game. We got back to 2-1. We had a shit decision. The referee called the ball out on the keeper when she picked it up inside and he was behind the play. They get back 3-1 on us. You know, we just got back into the game. Same with that free kick then as well. Like you get back into the game, we got back to 3-2. They get a free kick just outside the box. They put it top corner, 4-2. These referees don't take into consideration this kind of shit. It's an absolute joke. It's just
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's a FIFA thing or a Premier League thing, but you know, players can't even really question the referees anymore. You know, they seem to be getting yellow carded a lot quicker and easier. I know the Premier League brought out some, but I'm not sure if it's like a FIFA worldwide sort of thing. But yeah, you know, at the end of the day, the players are like me and you. We're all human. You know, you get frustrated, you get angry, especially running around with the amount of kilometers and that they do. And you know, I just think, you know, where does it go from here? Like, you know, they're never going to take technology out of the game. Let's be honest, and never going to do it. But you know, do they need an ex-player up in the box, or you know, does it have to be a referee, or does it be a referee and an ex-player, or you know? But then you're going to get ex-players that can't VAR against their old team, and you know, it's. I just don't know where it goes from there. You know, but you know, let's get on some positive news, Adam. You look like you're steaming there, mate. I know it's hot up here. You know,
a long drive back from Canberra as well, so that didn't help as well. 3-hour drive to Canberra, and then you got to drive back. So, but look,
let's talk about.
I know we've gone off topic, but yeah, let's get off the men. Let's talk about the women, mate. They are so good to watch. They were brilliant last night. It was actually a very tough game. And you know what? Daly from Aston Villa, mate, she was so good. She's so good for Villa. She really took it to United last night. You know, United kept the ball really well. You know, and we did have some shots on target, but they defended really strong. Villa. I can't remember her name. She plays on the right wing for Villa.
Layman.
Yeah, Layman. Like she put in a really good shift for their team last night. She was taking the ball, you know, she was putting in a few tricks there and trying to get Rachel Daly in behind and she did at one stage. Rachel Daly scored a cracking volley, and but then Villa had a player sent off. Was that game? Yeah, Villa had a player sent off, and United,
which I think was a red card. Like, you know, he hit someone.
Yeah, it definitely was. Yeah,
you know, like,
yeah. Look, I think we milked it probably a little bit as well, but you know, the foot was high, it went into her chest. So, look, I enjoyed watching.
She used to play for United, so you know there might.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, actually, she had a good couple of shots on goal as well for Villa. Yeah. So, yeah, I thought it was an awesome game last night. I thought Garcia was very good. She was dictating hard. Look, I'm rambling on a bit, and I know you love talking about the women, so go for it, Dino. Mate, I've got a lot to say on that game last night. It was a bloody good game. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, well, obviously, like, there was massive turnover, you know, in the transfer window. I think, you know, about 12 players went out for United, and, you know, we brought in some really big names players from their own, you know, country. We had Jesse from, you know, Brazil, who played in the World Cup. We had Renato from Japan, who was the actual Golden Boot winner at the World Cup, and that she didn't start though. But I thought that Jesse and Garcia played really well together, and you know, they look more dangerous than our men's wingers. So let's put it that way. And you know, obviously Ella Toon was running around like crazy as she does, and you know, you got Katie Zellman out there holding the midfield up, and you know, we probably the players we're looking at last year that went, and you know, Anna Badia was probably the best right back in the Premier League. And, you know, we were a bit worried about how we're going to replace her, but we brought in a girl from Everton who's actually a Wythenshawe-born Red, so it was good to see her play on the left, and then Blundell went out to the right. And then obviously you got Leticia and Turner, centre-half combination, which seems to work well. I think last night I said Leticia's played like every game for the last 3 seasons, and she's only 21, so she's got big promise. And then, Mary Earps did her thing. So overall, it was a great start to the season. Those sort of games you have to win in the women's comp, because I think they said statistically wise, like if you lose 2 matches, you're not going to win the comp. So, obviously Chelsea has been our nemesis for the last few years, losing to them a few times. And, it's just good to see the girls' football game back. It was a record crowd for Villa last night too, playing at Villa Park, which is excellent.
Yeah, it was good. Mate, you know what? I didn't even look at the venue last night, but when I flicked on Optus to watch it and I saw it was at Villa Park, I was really happy for them. It was really cool, mate, because there's a lot of history at that stadium.
Yeah, 120 years of it, to be honest. But I just, obviously, it is getting bigger and bigger, and you're still going to have those guys out there that aren't interested in and whatnot. But they're bringing more enjoyment to me than the men are. So why not support your actual whole club and not just your men's team? So
definitely,
yeah, it was great. It was great to see. Even the subs that came on last night, Nikita
Williams,
Paris,
man, she was good, eh? Williams,
she's a plasterer by trade, mate.
Yeah, I know. I heard that last night, mate. When she came on, she sort of flicked the switch for the team as well. Like she's a hard nut of a player, and she doesn't mind going in strong in tackles, and she lets Ella Toon run around behind her a bit. Mate, she was freaking brilliant, and her and Garcia, they really started bringing a few things together. It was really nice to see at the back end of the game. You're touching on Ella Toon, like she did a bit of a Van Nistelrooy. What's his name? Where she went down the sideline, flicked it over the top, and got him behind. Berbatov. She did a bit of a Berber flick.
Yeah.
But you were disappointed in the way she played last night. I actually quite enjoyed her in behind the play. She was beating plays 1v1. I know you like to see her scoring all the time.
Mate, I've got high standards when it comes to her.
Yeah.
I just think
thought she played well.
Yeah, I think, she obviously gets frustrated quite easily these days. I don't know if that's because she's getting older or whatnot, but I just think, I'd like to see a few more assists and a few more goals. And, she puts in a shift every match. Like, you can't fold her out. Like, she just runs crazy and stuff like that. But, I think as the season gets on, like, obviously the girls that were at the World Cup obviously wouldn't have had the full preseason with a new team. And as I said, with so many new changes and new players in the team, we even lost our assistant manager and stuff like that. So you hope that they build on the first game and keep going and that. So, it's good signs. I know, obviously we lost Russo last season, but honestly, I don't think that will affect us much. Like, I think she is replaceable, and, that young Brazilian girl that came on and the Japanese girl, I think will, get the goals that she scored last year. And, mate, it's good that it's back. I love it.
Look, the United girls do move the ball around very well. And what's her name at the back? Turner is it Millie Turner?
Leticia. Yeah, Leticia.
No, centre back. Yeah, Leticia and Millie Turner. Yeah. Mate, they're so calming, aren't they, on the ball? Like they really take control of the game and they build from there. And look, I thought, Earps got beaten very well by Rachel, mate, which was an absolute cracking goal. Defence was a bit shit on her; they weren't real tight enough. And Rachel Daly's just on the turn volley, put it away, bottom corner.
Well, we talked after the World Cup that we wanted Rachel Daly at United, didn't we? So.
Oh, mate, I would have loved to have her there. No, she was good. And then Garcia scored for us, and who was the other? Williams was the other one that scored, wasn't it?
Mate, I don't know if you saw Garcia's interview after the match, but she dropped the F-bomb. It was so funny.
Yeah, she was. Mate, she just looks like a really happy player, doesn't she? Like, mate, just.
Well, I don't know. Like, people probably don't know much about her, but she's actually one of the Spanish girls that didn't go to the World Cup because she was boycotting, and I think she played her first game the other day for him. I think in a long time. So, obviously she's had a lot on at the last 12 months and that, and she came off the bench a fair bit last year, but obviously she's had a good off season, and she's a tricky player too, isn't she? Like,
quality, man, absolute quality. I was sitting there and I was talking to Belinda, and we put the game on after the grand final, and we're there, and I'm saying to her, I should have just bought a season pass this year, just to support the game. It was only 60 quid. Like, what a joke, man! 60 quid. for a season pass to the girls' game, and if anyone wants to go, it's on me. You can go and use my pass to go and watch the game. Yeah, absolute quality, man. I miss it. I see Mark over there at the moment, and just see how good a time he's having. And geez, I wish I was there. Well, I'm going again.
He wouldn't have gone to the girls' game though. Let's be honest.
No, he goes to the girls' games. Yeah, he goes to the girls.
No,
he didn't go to the
night,
Villa game,
yeah.
but he'll go to the home game for sure.
Yeah.
He's
too busy having breakfast, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. He's having a ball.
That looked like a good event. They went to the Vidic event. So
yeah, Vidic event looked awesome. Yeah. But anyway, look, we've got 2 minutes left of the pod, and I want to say, Dean, you brought the pod back. Yeah, they're the new hats. Thank you to Emily for getting that up to Dino. And she went and got a tattoo at Blossoms. So if anyone wants
Blossom, mate.
Haley Blossom's tattooing up on the Gold Coast. So I'm going and Brisbane. So she's got 2. So if anyone wants to go get a tattoo, get up there to the Gold Coast, get up to Brisbane. Let us know. We'll get an appointment for you. Shane's daughter went.
All right.
I'm up on the Gold Coast in January. I booked my flights last night. So whether Kira gets into the national teams or not, I'm in. So I'm coming up to visit my mate, and can't wait.
What tattoo are you getting?
Mate, I might get that.
Yeah, why not?
It's good. We've got Galatasaray, haven't we? We've got Galatasaray midweek. Quickly touch on that.
Turks, mate.
And what do you call it? What's his name? He plays for Galatasaray now. He's going to be running at Delo. He used to play for Crystal Palace. What's his name?
Saha.
Yeah, Saha. So
we've also got Icardi as well, the striker from Inter Milan.
So again, it's going to be a tough game, but we've got to get 3 points out of that. Anyway, I want to finish on a good note. I was so pleased for the women last night, and I'm so glad we've got this one out, Dino. So everyone, like, share, subscribe. Beam us. You got went to quickly before this finishes. You've got your
5th of November.
Yeah. If you want to be a member, look up Beam us, even with New South Wales. Look us up. Go be a member. Nothing better than being part of your supporters club. All right. I'll talk to you later. See you later. Check ya.